Joelinton. Maddison on him. Joelinton gives him the slip. That's good. Now the ball in behind. Jacob Murphy's in. Jacob Murphy into the penalty area. To Isak into the back of the net. Newcastle United under the cosh in this second half have produced a second goal. Now a short pass to Bruno's. Worked it nicely away from Lavia and found Livramento again. On for Joelinton. It's decent football by Newcastle. Up towards the final third. Really good move. Now involving Barnes and Hall on the outside. And the cross is turned in. It's a really good Newcastle United team goal. Finished off in the middle by Alexander Isak. His second of the season as they work their way from right back up to left wing. And Hall's cross just a couple of yards out. Converted by Isak.
Fabian Schär. Isak. Longstaff. Gordon. And the header is a beauty. Alexander Isak emphatically for Newcastle United.
Well, it's the perfect start for Newcastle United. Like you say, Isak, the number 9, doing what all strikers should do.
Here's Gordon's delivery, looped into the 6-yard box. It's hit off the post and in. They have made something count, and Alexander Isak has scored again. It's 4 in 4 for Isak. Couple of players threw themselves at the ball in the box, and it just dropped 6 yards out for Isak, who smacked it against the inside of the post, and then it rolled into the net at the Leazes end. Against Verbruggen, Isak, oh what a finish, what a finish, there's no stopping that. He has powered it into the top left corner of the goal, plays it across halfway to Fabian Schär. Lewis Hall warmly applauded for that as Bruno gets away from McAllister, and now through for Isak, Alexander Isak! What a goal! What a goal from Isak! It's absolutely brilliant. Played up to him at the edge of the area by Bruno, around the defender, and he has hammered the shot into the top corner. What a strike from Isak. In the 35th minute, it's Newcastle United 1, Liverpool 0.
And Newcastle have it back now. Here's Isak. Isak to Bruno. Bruno, edge of the area. Jacob Murphy takes over. Left foot, he has a shot, curls it, and the header comes in, but is the flag up? No, it's not, it's a goal. Isak, I think, got his head to it, didn't he?
I think it's an OG.
Was it? Looked like a cross-come shot from Murphy. Isak went for it. One of the centre-halves, was it Collins, that went for it as well? Came off his head.
It's a good ball up towards Jacob Murphy, who turns as having his shirt held by Christiansen. But he cuts inside and tries to keep going. Murphy, he does, finds Joelinton inside the centre circle, and then out wide to Gordon on this left-hand side. He's got space to run into, up towards the edge of the penalty area, lays it off to Hall, clipped inside towards the back post, and Alexander Isak makes it 3. A fabulous start to the second half for Newcastle.
We're underway on BBC Radio Newcastle and NUFC TV, and Newcastle have immediately got Jacob Murphy in on the right-hand side, shooting towards the left. Here's the ball in from Murphy, which comes down to Isak, and Newcastle United, after 25 seconds, have hit the back of the net after Isak's shot into the ground went up into the top of the net. After they all got soaked for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Back to the goalkeeper from Ipswich. Bruno's won it. No. Here's Isak, and he just strokes it into the bottom corner. Ipswich have had an absolute nightmare playing out from the back. They've taken risks all afternoon, and Bruno intercepted in the box, straight to Isak, right in front of the goalkeeper, waited for Muric to move and slid it into the bottom corner. They have got a third before half-time. It's Willock, Gordon in the centre, plays it through for Isak in the area, tries to go beyond his man, it's blocked, and it comes to Murphy, still Jacob Murphy. He's kept hold of it and found Isak. Isak stabs it into the net! Alexander Isak's first Newcastle United hat-trick, and the first Newcastle player to score 3 times in a game since Jose Perez more than 5 years ago. He had the initial chance and was tackled, and then Jacob Murphy kept it alive, found him with a back heel, and Isak celebrates a hat-trick. Glides away from players, always with the ball under control. Back inside to Bruno, slipped through, Murphy, here's the chance, Isak 2-0! Alexander Isak has scored yet another goal, and there was no missing that one, put on a plate by Jacob Murphy after a lovely move on the far side of the pitch, and Newcastle United extend their lead over the 10 men of Aston Villa, and Alexander Isak with his 12th of the season. Murphy to Isak, then Bruno in space, right side of central midfield, switch to Lewis Hall in the penalty area, brought down by Hall, now the cross, headed into the net!
That's so simple.
And he's got another goal, and it's just no surprise, because every time the ball is there, it ends up in the back of the net. Alexander Isak, header into the ground, up and into the back of the net, and it's Manchester United 0, Newcastle United 1 in the 4th minute. Hall's won it back, Isak to Bruno, laid off for Tonali, Murphy in the box on the near side, Jacob Murphy with a low cross, it's in! It might be an own goal, or it might be Alexander Isak again. Newcastle United have turned it around in North London, and in the 38th minute, they lead Tottenham Hotspur by 2-1. A long way from the penalty box on the left, but probably about 10 yards ahead of it. Dubravka hangs it up, and the big boys try to help it on. It's lifted into the area. Here's Isak, it's into the net! Alexander Isak off the bar and in, as Newcastle take the lead in the League Cup semi-final. Dubravka's free kick lifted up high and headed on, and it dropped for Isak, centre of the box, and the player so often linked to Arsenal has scored for Newcastle at the Emirates Stadium. 37 minutes, Arsenal 0, Newcastle United 1. Isak wants it, it's Gordon, oh he's left it for Isak, and they've gone wide rather than forwards. Isak now on his way towards the penalty box. Isak cuts inside. Is there a finish this time? Still Isak. Still Isak! Yes! Alexander Isak with a Newcastle United record of scoring in 8 consecutive Premier League matches. He cut inside from the left, rode a couple of challenges, kept going, and then the shot, maybe off a deflection, has gone into the bottom corner. Jose Sarr is beaten, and Isak, moments after he puts a good opportunity wide, has taken a shot that has ended up in the back of the net. Murphy to Bruno, through for Isak. Alexander Isak has scored! So simple. Inside from Murphy to Bruno, who slotted it through a gap for Isak. A touch from the centre forward, and then he stroked it home past Jose Sarr for Newcastle United's and his second goal of the night. He's got an opportunity from 12 yards to score his 18th of the season, up against Alex McCarthy after the VAR overturned. The penalty from Isak is into the bottom corner. He sent the keeper the wrong way and stroked it home, and in the 26th minute, Alexander Isak levels up the game at St Mary's. Newcastle United and Southampton 1 apiece. Challenge won by Byrne fairly on halfway. Jacob Murphy away and into space, and now for Isak, what a touch! Isak is in and scores! Oh, he is unstoppable. Alexander Isak found by Jacob Murphy. That combination again, and a superb, sublime first touch to get away, and he slotted it in off the bottom right post beyond McCarthy. Isak has scored twice to turn it around for Newcastle United. 19 goals this season. Alexander Isak, Gallagher end of St James's Park against Matt Sells. Here comes Isak. It's in! Oh, it's in just!
Oh, how lucky is he?
Well, it's not convincing, but it's into the back of the net. He chipped it up the middle, and Sells started to move and stuck up his arm, cut a hand on it, but couldn't get a strong enough hand. The Newcastle attack now with Willock strong running away from his man on the far side into Isak in the area. Isak is there! This is ridiculous. 4 first half goals and Newcastle United might well be out of sight. This has been some turnaround from trailing and fearing the worst. They are back. They are back all right. Isak with his second. 2 goals in a couple of minutes. Livramento holds possession, gives it to Barnes. Now back for Livramento's run. Left-footed cross, hanging in the air. Murphy, Isak!
Oh, you beauty!
No doubt about this one.
Oh my!
Alexander
Oh, wow.
Isak at Wembley. Newcastle United's
How do you
main
get
man.
Isak in the game?
Yeah, say that again, Razor.
How do you get him into the game?
Isak has edged them closer to glory. Right-footed shot from inside the penalty box. This is turning into a dream afternoon under the Wembley arch for Newcastle United. And Alexander Isak, moments after a goal ruled out correctly for offside. Now Bruno, wonderful play from Newcastle, Joelinton and Livramento. One last attack maybe. Murphy with the cross. Isak! He scores this time. Murphy with the cross. Isak with the finish. And they have the lead in added on time. Those two combined for the decisive goal at Wembley. And they've worked together to establish the lead tonight, just before the half-time whistle. And Wharton with a back pass slightly away from Richards, square to Gay. Lacroix lost it to Joelinton. Isak surely! Isak! Yes, this time Alexander Isak gets his goal. Newcastle forcing an error from Palace, just what they did to Manchester United on Sunday afternoon. And it's now 5, and Isak has 25 this season. Isak against Palmer. We're ready now. Isak to the back of the box, hands on hips. Goalkeeper moving along his line. Isak comes forward, and it's into the net. Low down from Isak to the goalkeeper's left. He has his 26th of the season. And eventually, the opener. And Alexander Isak up against Bart Verbruggen to bring Newcastle level. Isak scores! Sends the keeper the wrong way. He went low down to Verbruggen's right, and the away end celebrates behind the goal as there's now a scrap in the net because Newcastle want the ball back quickly and Verbruggen wouldn't release it, but they can celebrate a late equaliser, a monumental goal from Isak.